What's going on, Softwash TV? Hope you guys are doing great. I wanted to jump on here today and talk about something that really helped me turn my business around several years ago, and that was being mindful of spending. So let's talk about some of the silly things I see in this industry and how I think they're holding you guys back from profitability and really excelling in your business. Let's jump right into it. Will you guys check out how freaking beautiful it is today? I mean, check this out, y'all. Look at this. I wanted to talk today about being mindful of your spending just because over the past few weeks, I've gotten a series of phone calls where I'm like, dang, what's going on with all these goofy ass people, man? Just making bad decisions. And I get it. I was in the same situation several years ago, and I implemented change, and that change really helped me be more profitable in my business. I got a strange phone call probably 4 or 5 weeks ago from a woman calling on behalf of her and her husband, and she stated that they were getting out of the industry, that the pressure washing, soft washing thing, it wasn't really a good fit for them, and they needed to sell their equipment. They wanted to see if I was interested, and I thought that was really strange because I've never been solicited for used equipment before, but to be kind and to entertain her, I'm like, well, what do you got? I might be interested, you know, if it makes sense and it's a good deal. Long story short, they wanted $145,000 for their used equipment because they had went and bought a brand new truck that they didn't need at the end of the day. And then they threw what she said was the top of the line equipment. It was a $70,000 skid from a builder in Florida. I'm not going to mention their name. They got ripped off, but they were in it and they needed to get out of it. They needed $145,000, guys. And I don't know their situation. I'm not gonna speculate and say that they failed and that's why they were selling. They couldn't afford the equipment. I don't think that'd be fair to say about them because I don't know. But I will say this, most companies, whenever they just start their business and they get these huge rigs that are 100 grand plus, and then you see them going out of business a year later, it's because they failed. It's because they couldn't make the payment on that equipment and they didn't even have the work to support that type of equipment, guys. So be cognizant about that. If you could get by with a $15,000 rig, get by with the $15,000 rig. This ain't a dick measuring contest, guys. A lot of this stuff with rigs and equipment feeds into people's egos where it's like bragging rights whenever y'all ain't even got a stacked schedule to support that type of equipment. What's up, everybody? Before we continue, just a friendly reminder, make sure you check out Softwash TV Pro, the exterior cleaning industry's answer to the need for quality pressure washing and soft washing training. Not only will you learn about safety, but we will teach you how to wash. Learn from a pro the ins and outs of house washing, concrete washing, and low pressure roof cleaning. We teach wash techniques and preventative measures for property protection. Softwash TV Pro will educate you about industry equipment and all of the chemicals used during daily operations. Learn marketing strategies from a successful pressure washing company and take advantage of numerous resources that will help you start and grow a pressure washing company. Thanks for watching. Now back to the video. All right, everybody, we're out here in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and it's a hot one. I just soaped down 2 sides of this bank, just got done finished rinsing those 2 sides, just doing a building wash today. We're not gonna do any concrete curbing or anything. We're gonna do the drive-through pads, but they're gonna get some work done to this parking lot, this concrete lot, so they're holding off on the curbing for now. So getting them cleaned up, but let's talk a little bit more about expenses. I had a coaching call the other day, and typically I don't do coaching calls about expenses or your finances or bookkeeping. I'm not an expert at that, guys, so I don't talk about that type of stuff. But this guy was having a little bit of trouble. He felt like he was doing a lot of work, but at the end of the month, there was just no money left over, and he was having a hard time making ends meet. And so we started deep diving a little bit, and it jumped out really quick to me that he was doing Google ads. I'll say this, he was doing Google ads. And Google ads are great if you're in a great market for it. But the key thing is you have to have a high average ticket price. If you don't have a high average ticket price, then you're probably going to be doing a lot of work for free, just like this guy in this situation. So let's just use round numbers. He was doing $1,500 in Google ads. And then he was spending $500 a month in Google ad management. So $2,000 a month for his Google ads. Man, it's windy. Let me walk over here. $2,000 a month for Google ads. And he was only getting like 40 leads, guys. So 40 leads might sound really good, but that doesn't mean you're closing those leads. For a lot of people, if you're priced correctly, you're probably only gonna be around a 50% closing rate. So if you get 40 leads, you might only close 20 of those jobs. That's why it's so important for you to have a high average ticket price, because this guy's average ticket price was only 200 bucks. So let's say, what's 200 times 20? $4,000? That's 4,000 bucks, guys. For him to recoup that $2,000, the first 10, 12 jobs that he's doing for free, basically. You have to think of it that way. So he feels like he's doing a lot of work, but his first 10, he ain't broke even until 10 or 12 jobs. And that's not even taking into account what he's spending for fuel for his machines, for his truck. That's not taking into account chemicals. That's not taking into account equipment failures, hoses popping, all types of stuff, guys. So that's why it's very important to know your numbers. That's why if you're spending money on Google ads, be in a great market for it, and make sure you have a very high ticket price. Because if his average ticket price was $600-700, if he was doing upsells on sidewalks, you know, gutter cleanings, roof washes, and he really raised that average ticket price, 20 leads or 40 leads and closing 20 of them, you could make a lot more money and then justify that expenditure. But in his case, he couldn't. All right, y'all, I just finished up that job. I'm at the gas station right now, got an ice cold Coca-Cola. I'm about to head back to the shop, but I want to wrap this video up by talking about just a couple more silly expenses I stopped people from making in the past couple days. And for all I know, I may have saved their business, because they could have went bankrupt, guys, making stupid ass decisions like some of these guys are talking about. One of them was a guy reached out to me the other day, text message with a picture of a surface cleaner. And I don't even know this guy. He's like, should I buy this surface cleaner? It's $500 off the next couple days. I'm like, $500 off? That sounds crazy. That's like a really big discount. I was like, how much is it originally? And he's like, it's like $2,000 or $2,500 or something. Mind you, I don't even know what brand surface cleaner this is. I've never even heard of this brand whenever he told me. I was like, well, what's so special about it? Why it costs that much? He's like, well, you could pair a really high gallon a minute machine to it. I'm like, okay. And he's like, and it's got candy paint. I'm like, yeah, I see the candy paint. I was like, what gallon a minute is your pressure washer? He's like, I'm running a 5.5 gallon a minute right now, but I'm planning to get an 8. I was like, you don't need that surface cleaner, man. You don't need it. You could go buy a BE Whirlaway for like 400 bucks, a 20-inch. I just had a surface cleaner delivered to my house 2 days ago from Industrial Cleaning Equipment. I needed another surface cleaner because I got some big projects coming up. So I called them. They delivered it to my house. Big shout out to them. They delivered it to my house, and I'm over an hour away, and I paid them like 450 bucks. And it's a 20-inch surface cleaner that I'm going to put on a 5.5 gallon a minute machine. So I tell this dude, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I might get an 8 gallon a minute machine. I'm like, you don't need that surface cleaner, man. And I was like, and the candy paint, I'm like, who are you trying to impress? I'm like, since when did we need surface cleaners with custom paint jobs to clean concrete, guys? I'm telling you, this industry is so goofy sometimes. I think people forget the point of what we're doing. We're trying to make money and be profitable. And we got dudes talking about, should I buy this surface cleaner? It's got candy paint. Another person reached out to me in regards to drones. Guys, drones are really cool. There's a lot of stupid things that come out in this industry. Stupid like inventions and things. Everyone's got a game changer idea. It's like every single person, from shooter tips to freaking pumps to riding lawnmowers, everything's a game changer, guys. Drones are cool in certain situations, and those situations come few and far between, guys. I watch a lot of big buildings. Most big buildings you could wash with a boom lift, and you don't even have to own the boom lift. I could go right down the road right now to United Rentals and rent a lift for $1,200 a day. I have to do it in a week. $1,200 for the day. Some of these drones are like $30,000, $40,000. This dude was reaching out to me about, should I get a drone? And I'm like, do you have some sort of like government contracts that I don't know about? Are you doing some like high-rise hotels? Are you washing on some college campuses or something like that where you can't get a boom lift around because of like the grade of the ground or something like that? Because there are situations where you need a lift. He's like, I don't have none of that. I'm just thinking I could finance this drone, and then I could start advertising myself as, you know, a drone company. And I'm like, how about you wait till you get the jobs and then you worry about the drone? If you had a high-rise building, you could subcontract it out to another company that already has a drone to clean it, and you'd make money. Or if you got a big contract for a bunch of buildings, then you could justify spending or financing like 30 grand. But you're in a situation right now where you're washing 2-story and 1-story cookie cutter vinyl houses, and you're sitting here talking about drones, guys. It's silly. Half the videos I see on YouTube and on TikTok, people are washing roofs with a drone, and it's a 2-story house or a 1-story house, and they're sitting there all goofy in the yard with a remote control spraying with a drone. And let me tell you something, guys. In half these scenarios, it takes longer to wash that property with a drone than it would if you just threw an extension ladder up onto the roof line and sprayed from the top of the ladder, and then put the ladder back on the truck. You guys got to break out a box, break out a drone, hook the hoses up to the drone, put the drone in the air, stand there all goofy looking in the yard, spraying, overspray going everywhere. You still got to do hose management. It's crazy to me, guys. So that's just a couple more examples of people buying things that they shouldn't be buying or they're not ready for, spending money that they don't have, financing. You guys do know how loans work, right? The first like half of the lifespan of a loan, you're not even paying principal, you're paying interest, guys. It's just like a vehicle. You could buy a brand new truck the first 3-4 years, you're paying all interest, guys. You're not even paying down on the value of the truck. That's how you get upside down. So this all goes back to what I said at the very beginning of the day. A few years ago, I came to the realization I need to really start saving money. And if I don't absolutely need something, I'm not spending money on it. Y'all see me sweating my ass off in this truck? That's because this truck don't have air conditioning. I haven't had AC in this truck in 5 years. Could I pay for it and fix it? Absolutely. I make enough money where I could fix it. But I don't need it. And I'm a hard motherfucker. That's what I tell myself. So I'm not going to spend the money on it. There's other things I want. The fin print shirts that I wear all the time when I'm washing residential. Whenever I wash properties and the customer's there, I wear my company shirts. When the customer's not there, a lot of commercial places, I wear fishing shirts like this. My fin print shirts I've had for 6 years. I've never replaced them. I think they look goofy now because 6 years ago, hardly anybody wore those shirts. Now everybody's wearing them, and it kind of looks like we're all sponsored NASCAR drivers. You know, we got all this weird stuff on it. It just looks goofy to me. But I'm not buying new shirts because I don't need new shirts, guys. At the end of the day, because of these decisions that I make, I'm in a really good place. I pay all of my bills. This truck is paid off. I just stroked a check a couple days ago for $7,000 to put in my Roth IRA. I pay my bookkeeper. Every 2 weeks, I get a direct deposit from my company into my personal account where I pay myself. I have health insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina. I have life insurance. I have general liability insurance. I have every insurance you could think of, and it's all paid for, and I'm still profiting. My company is still earning money. I'm not in the negative, I'm in the positive, and it's because of smart decisions, guys. And I just wanted to mention that a lot of these guys that are talking about candy paint surface cleaners, drones, spending way too much money on Google ads when they're not getting a return, other things we just talked about, they're put like $140,000 pressure washing rig, really? And you don't even have enough work to pay the payment on it. Crazy, guys. I want everybody to be successful that's watching this video, but it starts with common sense, guys. And at some point, you got to hold yourself accountable. If you're not looking at the books, if you don't know your numbers, you're destined to fail, guys. A lot of you guys are failing in your business and you don't even know it yet because you don't know your numbers. So I just want to encourage everybody, be cognizant about what you're spending, because you might not make it to that 5-year mark where most businesses go out of business, guys. I wish you guys all the best. If you're out there washing, I hope you're crushing it. If you want to take some online training, check out Softwash TV Pro. And then, as always, if you want a CRM software to help run your business, check out myworkflowcrm.com, guys. I'm jumping off here. I got to get going. Got a big weekend working Friday night, Saturday during the day, and Sunday during the day, guys, knocking out a large property. So I'll do some filming when I'm out there. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Running a service business is hard. Keeping track of customer info, estimates, work orders, and invoices. It's a lot to manage. But what if there was an easier way? Introducing Workflow CRM, your all-in-one command center for service businesses. Store all your customer information in one secure place. Create and send professional estimates in seconds. Schedule jobs, track progress, and manage your calendar with ease. Generate and send invoices all from your desktop, tablet, or phone. No more paper clutter. No more missed appointments. Workflow CRM keeps your business organized, efficient, and running smoothly, whether you're in the office or on the go. Simplify your workflow. Streamline your business. Sign up for Workflow CRM today at myworkflowcrm.com.